Hello, I'm Lawrence and I'm on a quest to uncover all of the memos that Britain and America lost in the pond, and one of those memos pertains to pumpkins. As I alluded to in my previous video, we do have pumpkins in the United Kingdom. Indeed, I have a very distinct memory of carving my face into one at the age of 7. In fact, reading around on the internet, I've seen estimates ranging from 10 to 15 million pumpkins produced in Britain every year. Either way, that's no more than 25% of a pumpkin for every single person. And furthermore, according to The Guardian, a whopping 95% of these are carved out and used as lanterns, while only the remaining 5% is used as food produce, although that doesn't take into account people that eat the lanterns. So Britain does produce pumpkin, it's just that America makes us look like a severely underfunded farmer's market. In fact, this probably explains why my earliest memory of pumpkins was planted by American literature. It came in the form of Jack Pumpkinhead from L. Frank Baum's Oz books. And I always related to Jack Pumpkinhead because firstly, neither of us ever seemed to know what was going on. Both of us had oversized heads and we were each made of wood. It's a long story, just keep me away from pencil sharpeners. But this continent's relationship with pumpkins goes way further back than early 20th century literature. And that's because pumpkins are native to North America, specifically the southern United States and Mexico. Indeed, there's evidence to suggest that Native Americans used them as domestic plants 9,000 years ago. And who says this continent doesn't have history? Today, in preparation for the autumn and winter seasons, America produces a ton of pumpkin. And unlike with Britain, it's sort of difficult to determine precisely how many pumpkins because the data is provided in acreage. But mathematically speaking, it has to at least be in the hundreds of millions. In other words, it's very possible that for every single American, there's at least one pumpkin. When L. Frank Baum, who'd already created the characters of Dorothy, Toto, and the Wizard of Australia, conceived the character of Jack Pumpkinhead, he may well have been inspired by the environment around him. And that's because, at the time, he lived right here. Not in this room, I mean, he lived in the state of Illinois. And at the time, Illinois was fast becoming the very center of the pumpkin industry. In the early 1900s, several pumpkin production plants opened in and around Morton, Illinois. More than a century later, Morton is self-styled as the pumpkin capital of the world, claiming to produce 85% of the world's canned pumpkin. Indeed, Illinois is far and away the leading producer in the United States, to the extent that it produces more pumpkin acreage than the next 3 highest producing states combined, and almost 5 times as many as the entire United Kingdom. And in addition to establishing its production epicenter long before anybody else, Illinois also benefits from soil types that are just right for making pumpkins. And no, when I woke up this morning, I didn't expect to say that sentence. Also, who knew that farmland differed so much between Britain and America? Actually, I've been looking into that too, because that's how I spend my Friday afternoons now. It's very difficult in Britain to locate a rectangle within the kind of farmland. Non-rectangle or square shapes are heavily outnumbered by the more unusual shapes. Like there's a triangle, for example. But more on that in another video. This video, meanwhile, was made possible by my patrons. If you would like to become a patron of Lost in the Pond and support the work that we do, get access to my secret live streams and watch the full 30-minute video of me flying over both Lincolnshire and Kansas, you can do so at patreon.com/lostinthepond. Until next time, happy Halloween. It's only October 6th. Why are we doing this? I like this. Oh look, there's a house up ahead. I just put the brake on, but if you'd like, we can go pop up and see if they've prepared us a cup of tea.